Okay, so um, I kind of talked to each of you guys individually on this. I'm just going to go over it right now so we all hear it at the same time. But I know like Jackie and Reagan, and I know I do this too, work better if we can like just talk and share like with bullet points to ourselves of what we know. And so that's why we're looking into this dictation transcribe type thing, because I think that it will help Reagan and Jackie and also myself be able to share with our strengths more on topics that we have now, that we're in charge of. Now, I know Jackie was concerned because she's like, I see what Brooke is doing and it's a good like outline and stuff, but she's like, it's kind of difficult for me to try and create my own outline when I have hers right in front of me, and it's hard not to like not just use hers. But she's like, I don't necessarily like connect with everything that she's saying. And I told Jackie, I said, Jackie, I want you to teach from your own strengths. So I was asking her after we had talked, I asked her, oh, so how's your health coach stuff going? Tell me about it. And she told me how she did this great talk. She was asked to come in and speak on stress. And so she's like, I was talking about stress and different things you can do for it and how you really can do self-care for your, like these things for self-care that will help relieve stress. And see, one of her topics is stress. That's the one we were just talking about. And I was like, Jackie, that's what you have to do. Like, give that same talk that you just did. Like, that's what it is. Give that same talk and talk about self-care in it and bring in stress, because most people, like, they are experiencing stress, and this is going to be a really good way for them to understand the importance of doing self-care to eliminate their stress. I said, I want you to use your strengths, your own ideas, your own abilities to teach this topic. Brooks is just a guideline for us to have an idea of some things we should touch on. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to talk about everything she talks about. I want you to talk about it in a way that's authentic to you. And I had that same conversation with Reagan too. And Sharon, is the same thing for you too. I want you guys to use your strengths, because that's what's going to make this ours and not Brooks. That's what's going to make this powerful, and people are going to get so much from it because they're going to feel so connected to you because they feel you teaching from the heart and from your actual experience. Now, if you are teaching on a topic that you don't have experience with yet and you feel uncomfortable about that and you want to switch it, let me know and we'll switch it out. Like, I know I was going to see if Sharon, if you would like to take over the organized one, because Jackie looked over and she's like, Helen, I'm not, like, this is not my strength. I actually just hired a personal assistant to help me because these are areas I'm not good at. And she's like, I don't feel comfortable teaching on this. And I said, that's fine. Like, I can do it, or I can ask Sharon. I know Sharon, she's very good at organizing and stuff, and she loves going and researching things. So there's that calendar that Brooke talks about and how you can keep track of like your calendar, or your later on there's a calendar on posting, like how to keep track of posts and make things simple and easy. So like that sort of thing. So I was going to see, Sharon, is that an area that you feel like, I feel like that's a strength of yours. Am I right? Is that an area you'd like to do?
I don't remember that video of her. It's organized what?
Let me go in and let's find it, because I can't remember either exactly. I got to go in and look for it.
That's what I was trying to look and see.
And it might be a little bit ahead in it. It might be one of the things that we're taking out of phase 2 and bringing into here, because Brooke kind of has 2 foundations. She has one that's foundation stuff and just getting started, and it has to do with like your confidence. And then she has another foundation that's just before phase 2, and that has to do with like getting organized and time blocking. And I've got some stuff I'm going to cover on time blocking and that type of organization. But I believe what she's talking about is that Brooke has a section that teaches you how to organize in posting your posts and stuff. And so I got to go look and see which one it is.
Is it called setting up your calendar?
I think it is. Let me look it up really quick. I got to go in and log in. Here it is. Let me bring it up on here and share with you guys. And maybe too, she might have been looking at the wrong one. I don't know. Maybe it's just basic organization stuff. The stuff that I was going to cover in compartmentalizing, because I'm going to cover compartmentalizing and organizing that way. But I thought this was a different thing. Okay. Come on. God, my computer's slow. Okay, here we go. So let's look at these and see where it's at. Creating magic morning, greater discovery of greatness, formula self-care, formula of growth. Your niche. Okay, nope, it's not that. I think it's under planning. So I was going to do time blocking, and then let's see what this one is.
For me, I love to write both, but you want to use them for different things.
Okay.
And most people, I would say, need a paper planner. So I'm going to
she's talking about actual organizing.
So this,
I wonder, let me look at it, because I'm wondering if this would go with the time blocking.
Our coaching calls. You want to put that in like a digital planner, so that way it will. There are times where I'll plan everything Sunday and I don't look at it for the rest of the week, right? And then you do it once, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this ever again. But you think about the payoff, like what's it going to causing your lateness? There's two things, and I don't get it done in time where I actually have to leave, but I end up finishing it anyway, and then that makes me late. Consistently 15 to 20.
Are you, I think this goes in with my time blocking, because I can easily like add it with the time blocking. This is stuff that I was going to talk about.
Do is try arriving 10 minutes early so that you have time to do that filler.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm wondering if I'm thinking of social media planner. That's what you're doing, isn't it, Sharon?
That's what I already did it, and you already reviewed it.
Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, I think that. So, okay, so I'm just going to take her off of organized. I'm just going to make that part of time blocking, because everything she's talking about in this getting organized is the stuff I was going to review on time blocking and compartmentalizing. So we'll just scratch that off of her list. I told her not to worry about it, and I'll just merge it into.
Anything that you can combine together and not make it so long and wordy would be great.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to take this one off and actually copy. See, it goes with this goals, timing, how much, like it goes with all of this stuff right here that I'm doing. And it also kind of goes into calendar. And it also goes into the compartmentalizing. Let me find my compartmentalizing. I guess that is where I was going to do it, compartmentalize. Wait, no, I thought that there was. Yeah, I'm just going to make this part of compartmentalizing. I totally spelled that wrong. Okay, so we won't worry about that there. And she's got this up here, the self-care, where she can cover so many different things. Like, I almost feel like some of these should be their own thing. Like, you know, she might have to split this topic up into a couple of videos, because it's covering like sleep. I want her to talk about like sleep and personal time and oils and water and nutrition. And that might end up being two things. Okay, so let me go over here. Let's go over I was just going in and putting in a better logo here. Oh, she is saying that she has a call, she can't join. Okay, so social media planning. So here we've got this. I'm going to change out this logo right here to match more like this one right here. And I'm going to also change this image. I want to I love this image because it's like a drawing that turns into reality. And so I'm planning on creating an image that has the same thing, but it's one that, like, I don't know if I have copyright use on this. I can't remember if this image is like a copyright or if it's open domain. I'm not sure. So I want to change it out for that. And I want to get something that kind of is connected more to what we're doing instead of it being an office. I was thinking of maybe having it be like, I know What's Her Bucket Brooke has like a desk with items on it. And I was thinking of that, but they were items like we could have essential oils on there and a diffuser and like things that have to do with like what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking of doing something like that. And then I think like all of this stuff that we have for your Sharon, I think is all good and good to go. Yeah, so yours is good here. And then morning routine. So this is Reagan's. So Reagan, it looks good. Is this the one that you said that you got to put more of your own words in, or is this one that you did put all?
Yeah, because I think I need to offer two different routines. One that's more for somebody like me who isn't wanting to go through all these, that already has some confidence, but they need guidance.
Okay. And what would
You
the
know what I'm
other
saying?
one be? Yeah.
Because some people, if you're working full time, doing this full time, and got a family, it's hard to sit there for 45 minutes and have me time.
Yes. In fact, I cover this very same thing. If you want to go on my group page, my niche one, go in there and do like a search for morning routine. I talk about this. Rusty, and I actually wanted to bring this up to you, and I'm glad you're bringing it up, because there are different people with different personalities and different ways of doing things. And it's not necessarily that your morning routine has to be these things, boom, 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 boom. It's just that you are doing something for yourself and you're being consistent with it, whether it's for 15 minutes or 2 hours. So Rusty, when he does a morning routine, I kid you not, he has a script and he reads it word for word verbatim. He even read it all the way through. He recorded it on his computer screen. It has pictures, it has everything. And he reads it out loud, recorded it. And so sometimes in the morning, he'll just sit and listen and watch his screen with his voice reading his whole affirmation. It seriously takes him like an hour to an hour and a half, 2 hours to do his morning routine. Like, it is intense. He's got affirmations. I look at that and that just makes me want to that makes me tired. That makes me not even want to do it. I'm like, that's too much for me.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, but he just thrives on it. Like, it is like, he's like, this is what I need. This really gets me going. Then there's myself. I don't want to do the same thing every single morning because sometimes I feel different and I want to do something else. So part of my morning routine is actually, I do make sure that I get up and my first thing I need to do is to get ready. I need to get dressed. I need to do my makeup and my hair, because if I don't do it then and I get started doing something, then I'll do like what I did this morning. Like, I still haven't even done my hair or makeup because I slept in today for the first time in a long time and I didn't go and do my morning routine this morning. So like, here I am, 4:30 in the afternoon, and I still am in my pajamas, my hair pulled back and no makeup on. So I know for myself that I need to do that. But doing my makeup is like creativity for me. Like, I love it. It helps me to feel more creative. And then I listen to something, whether it's a church talk or scripture or a motivational thing. I try to make it like something spiritual to like help me start my day. So I listen to that while I do my hair and my makeup. And then I'm starting a new thing where I'm not eating until later, which has been hard. I'm doing that whatever that something
Fasting.
that fast. What is it?
It's the intermittent fasting.
Thank you. I'm starting to do the intermittent fasting. So I'll drink water, but then what I'll do is after I do that for 15 minutes, do my hair and makeup and everything, then I will sit down and I'll journal for 15 minutes. And then that will lead into a quick little 3-minute meditation that will lead into a prayer. And I'll say my prayers. And then some days I do something creative for an hour. But it's like work related creative. It's like, okay, I need to do these graphics, or I need to draw this illustration, but my morning routine is literally done in like 20 to 45 minutes, because sometimes I just need it to be done fast. And other times I have a little bit more time to take it a little longer. But that's what I've done, and it works great for me. And I'll also include essential oils in it too. And then taking my multivitamin, which I got to do later now because I can't take multivitamin on an empty stomach. But that's what I do. And so I wanted you to kind of cover something like that. And it sounds like you were having the same thoughts.
Yeah, because we need to add for people that, because if they get that, then they're going to be like, well, what's the point of me doing this? I know I'm not going to do it. So I'll just skip over this. And you need to, and I agree, we need a routine because of the fact that if we don't, then we're just going to keep doing the same mistakes.
Yeah, and it's also about just getting ahead of your day. Like that's what Rusty calls it. And I really like that. It's like, it's you getting up a little bit earlier than the rest of the family. Like whether it's an hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, you just have to get up and get ahead of everybody else. You need to have that time to yourself to really reflect, pull your brain together so you can move forward and be ahead, not behind. Do you know what I mean? And so if you can talk on that, that would be great. You know, making sure, like, just say, hey, if you get up normally at 7 o'clock, try 6:45 and just do something for 15 minutes. You know?
Okay.
Yourself. Or if you're somebody who really needs something that's intense and like that is like regimented, and you say this affirmation all the time and you do this and you do this all the time, then do it. But you need to find what works for you, and don't beat yourself up because it's not like somebody else's routine. Do what works for you, but just make sure you do it and it's consistent. Even if it ends up being for 10 minutes, you're doing it.
All right. I can get that. That'll be something I'll revamp on that.
Okay, so when you go through her stuff here, you can learn, I mean, you can use this as an outline, but like, okay, so why do you need to start a successful morning? Like put in there, start your day with positive, helps block the negative roadblocks. You can put in there, it helps you to get ahead of your day. Helps you to get ahead of all of the negativity that might be waiting for you, but you're ahead of it so it doesn't affect you as much. Or it doesn't affect you at all. The only way to train your subconscious mind for greatness is to do something over and over. So you can change this to repetition. The path to success, to a successful morning, is repetition, just being consistent. Have a morning routine sets up for success. And I know Jackie was talking in hers because she touched on morning routine a little bit on self-care. She just said, you know, and I think this is something that Brooke talks about. If you want to be a millionaire, you can't be a millionaire. Like, okay.
Shaggy, leave it alone. Shaggy. No, sir. Sorry, he's getting Jade's backpack.
No,
Shaggy.
it's okay.
No, sir.
I know my cat just started scratching on my chair right there, and I was like starting to swap at him. But you can't expect to be a millionaire if you don't even live the way millionaires live. Millionaires don't just sit there and like, they have like things they do consistently. They have like routines, you know?
Yeah, and that was something that I feel like we didn't really need that many slides for this. It's going to be more talking, but I was trying to come up with something to fill out instead of it look like there's not really anything being said, because I feel like you can say more. Otherwise, you're just going to be writing everything in your slides.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, that's not what I was trying to do. And so I was trying to condense. But, I mean, I could sit here and talk all day of thing, but that's just having the slide to guide me, to keep me on track.
Right. And that's what you want. Like you want the slides to keep you on track. But you're going to pre-talk this out and transcribe it. And even if you're following and read, because they're not going to see you on the screen. It's just going to be the slides. So even if you're reading your own words, that will help you stay on point, because you can go and you can be like, you know what, this is extra stuff I don't really need to talk about, cut it. And then that way you can, it's your own script, but they're your own words. Now, when you get to like this slide, what does a morning magic look like? You know, a morning, we could even call it, because we're saying everything by design. What does a morning by design look like? Well, these are the different parts of it. Do you have to have all of this in your morning magic routine? No. Your morning by design? No, you don't. This gives you ideas. What is going to help you feel more fulfilled? Because I go over my mission statement. I don't do a dream board. I schedule my day. I go through my schedule. I have like, you know, I have different things, but I don't want people to feel like they have to do every single one of these things all the time, because that's not really what it's about.
Well, my biggest thing is she talks about it when you're about like your dream board. And that's something that Teresa's, you know, touched on. If you're already in your mind, it keeps you from starting to doubt yourself. And so that advantage of having like a vision board that, you know, people have always like, oh, that's so stupid. And having something where they can actually see it every morning so that they can like pretty much like you have it all laid out.
Right.
And I think that that's something that's real important to do at the beginning, because it teaches you to like keep that mindset and keep the negativity out.
Right. And you can talk about like, you have a dream board, but you know what? Your dream board could be pictures on your mirror that you're looking at while you're doing your makeup. You don't have to sit in your office and just stare at a wall with your dream board on it. Like find different ways that help you to visualize and see what your goals are. So, and then this is the other thing I want to ask you, and I want to ask Sharon this too. Like, so with Jackie says that she does better if all the bullet points are there, so she can just talk about each of them. I know some people like to have it so that they like reveal one bullet point at a time. I'm kind of a mixture. Like sometimes like I have it where mine is one at a time. And then other times I want all of the bullet points up at once, because I know I'm going to be talking about all of them. And I don't want to get to, like, if I'm revealing, you know, doing the animation of the bullet point, I don't want to get to the last one and be like, oh yeah, I talked about that like with the first one. Because I have a tendency to do that. So I wanted to ask each of you guys, how would you like yours? Like Jackie wants me just to have all her bullet points showing at one time. Reagan, would you like yours so that they are revealed one at a time? Since you're going to be going through your script, you probably could do that easily.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Sharon, would you like yours to stay animated one at a time, or do you want them all showing at one time?
One at a time.
Okay. Okay. So mine will be a mixture and then I'll do all animations for you two, and then I'll just do all of hers at once. Okay. And then in making your guys' slides too, I've noticed that, like, I can't remember with Brooks. I think Brooke just like writes it all and there's no punctuation at the end. It's just like capital and then all the way through. I noticed some people like do it where they capitalize all of the main words, but not like the 2 and the 4. And I just want to make sure it's all uniform. Are you guys okay if we do it like this, where it's just capital and then it just ends and we don't do punctuation or anything?
Yeah, because I forget to keep going back and forth.
Unless it's a question or an exclamation point.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So when you guys are writing out yours, and if you guys, I can't remember, like, I just know I've seen a variety of everything with all 4 of us. So if you guys can go through your slides, I didn't touch any of that. I wanted to ask you guys first. Go through yours and just take off any periods and just do exclamation marks or question marks if it needs it. And then just do just a capital letter, and only capitalize the words if it's like a title of book or something like that. And then that way we can stay consistent with that. Let's see, the outcome of your desire. Okay. And then I think I got everything else. Hold on. This is, my kids are at her house. Hold on. Hi. No, that's okay. Okay, perfect. Let's go and look. So I got your final morning. I put final on anything that I reviewed and did the graphics with.
Okay.
Confidence. Let's see if there was anything on this one that I needed to ask you about. I will go in and put animations on all of yours. This one I'm just going to leave plain. Like it will just be just that, if that works for you. This one looks like it was one that you did on your own, or was it a copy of Brooks? Do you remember?
I'm trying to see it. It's too small.
Let me go back. This one, it has the little diagram.
I made that diagram. It took me forever to do that.
I was gonna say, I don't remember this. This is really cool. So good
that
job.
was her loop. Remember, she has the action loop thing.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. You did a good job. It looks good.
Yeah, those arrows almost cost me my religion. No, it's from her still, but that one was easier because she had so much in there. I just revamped it what was important to me.
Okay, so I want you to go back through this, and I want you to take stuff from your own personal experience and from Teresa's or any other programs you've gone through, and just add in what you think would be good. Like, if you need to, just even sit down and talk, you know what I mean, and record it and transcribe it, and then grab stuff out of that and find places to put it that you think will be powerful.
Okay. Now, on that slide right there, when we're talking about sorry.
Let me go back. Which one?
Okay, the one that the third one.
This one?
No, above that one.
Oh, the third one. Duh. Okay.
Okay. We were talking about punctuation, but on that one, you see how. Is that fine?
This is fine. So should we just not have like these periods in there like that?
You should leave it like that.
Leave it with the periods?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do periods on it. Like if it's a sentence and it's period, just do it.
Okay.
I thought you meant like on that one that says, leave them wanting more, you're reading my mind. That has the most, punctuation on it. So.
Yeah, and that's great. That's great. So should we just go ahead and end each bullet point with a period or any?
And I can start doing that. I'm fine doing it.
Okay, we'll do that then. Let's just do it because it does look kind of weird having exclamation marks or question marks, but not periods. So, okay. So we're changing that. We'll put periods down. Okay, I'm going to write this down so I can okay. Let me go out. Morning routine, social planning, branding, niche. Okay. Oh, so Reagan, I actually cover niche already. And I know you made this one, but I wanted to see if you could, there was another topic that I was looking at that actually goes with this. Let me see what it was. Oh, you were supposed to do confidence, but you did. What was the other thing?
Maybe I wrote down the wrong thing when I was doing it.
Oh, it was this one. It's doTERRA's build guide.
Okay. Well, I was struggling doing a PowerPoint on that.
Okay.
So the dictation is going to work because that way I can do it and then make the PowerPoint.
Okay. So you feel okay right now doing the dictation way with this then?
Yeah. If I can't do it by tomorrow, I'll let you know. But that was just hard because I was like, how am I going to write up PowerPoint? I need to just write what I'm going to say. And I was like, I can't figure out. Because what I was going to do was kind of like how they did when we were at the Healthy Habits tour thing.
Yeah.
Where they were going through the sections.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I need to see what I'm going to say before I do that. Because if I write slides, I may not even say the same thing in my speech.
Yeah, just go ahead and say it out, record yourself. If you find you need help in this area, I know myself or Sharon can help you out with this.
Because I can even, if all else fails, I can write the whole thing out of what to say, and maybe y'all can say, okay, this is where we need a bullet.
Yeah.
I do is I write it all out, what I want to say about it, and then I pick, you know, the heading, and then put the bullet points, and then
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing. I'll write out what I want to say and then like what she said.
Okay.
So perfect. Oh, this is the other thing. It was a Facebook Live, how to do a Facebook Live.
Okay, I can do that one tonight.
Okay, so that was the one that you were supposed to do instead of the niche one.
I must have wrote it down wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it was niche at first, but then I went back later on and found out I already had it done. So I was like, well, why are we redoing something that's already done? It's one that I did last month when I was creating all this stuff for you guys originally before I decided to like give you guys access to the program and we do it together. So, yeah, if you can.
It would give me practice. I need to have lots of practice. I'm good.
So just go into this one you already created, the niche, and I'm going to just change the title to Facebook Live.
Okay.
don't put Facebook Lives. It looks like lives.
Right there. How to do a Facebook Live. Thank you. And then we'll do this here. How to do how to do a Facebook Live. And then just go through and make these slides that I need to go in actually. I'm going to just delete these 3 right here because their fonts and stuff are wrong. And then just copy and paste this one like that. Okay. So now you just go in and do that. So this has the animation, see those dots? And this one has no animation. So I'm going to leave that one there. So if there's something that you want to do that has no animation, then you can just use that slide.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you find that you want to have like the fancy letterings or whatever of one of the others, I'm going to actually grab that for you right now and put it in there because that's sometimes nice to have. I think you had it in Confidence. Well, you got this one. Let me go back out. And I'm going to just put these in there. Or was it social media planning? Routine self-care. One of these had it so that. Nope, it's not that one.
Social media planning has it.
Does it have other social media planning? Oh, wait. Oh, it's not exactly what I was looking for. Let me see if it's on, just so that you have it and you can just copy over it. I'm going to look under branding and marketing. Gosh dang it, this doesn't have it either. Which one is it in? Try this last one. Branding, marketing, module discover. I think it's this one. Of course, it's the last one.
That's how it always is.
Okay, see how I've got like fancy, like it's like this. So I'm going to copy and paste some of those in there for you too.
Yeah, I like those.
This one is the wrong color. Let's fix it. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste these over there so you have options to do those too. So all you have to do is just double click on it and just type and it will be exactly like it.
Okay.
And then what you don't use, you can just delete it.
Okay.
There you go. Now you have a lot of different like options. Now, none of these have the animation with them because this one does. because as a bullet point. And this one doesn't. So there's a couple there for you that have other things that don't have the animation.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that covers all of that. Let me go back here. Okay, so Reagan, if you can do that one and that one, that'd be great. Sharon, I know you're all done with yours, so I want to like have you work on some others if you're good with that.
Yes.
Okay, let's go and look at some other things here that you can work with. Now, Sharon, I don't want you to record yet the ones you've done because I want to change out that image on the side and the graphics. I'll let you know as soon as I have those done, and as soon as I do, you can start recording.
Okay.
Do you have Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So just do your recordings on Zoom and record it and save it in the Zoom storage or whatever. Because what that does is it will give you a link, and then you can send me the link, and then I can download your Zoom recording from the link. And that will be an easy way that we can transfer stuff back and forth without having to deal with Dropbox issues and Google taking too long to upload it.
Okay.
And then let's look, and I want to find other topics for you to get started on. I know one of them I want you to do for sure is, oh wait, let me look at your social media planning again.
Yeah, I'll go back and fix the capitalization on those, but
Okay. Decide what platform, where you want to take it. Yeah, most people get started random, plan before. Action, call to action. Don't start off hard, call to actions. Good job. Now recycle your posts. Awesome. I'm trying to remember. Use a calendar or calendar spreadsheet. Pick theme.
it's not mine. This is hers, isn't it?
Is this hers?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to go and look.
Go look. Eye-catching. I went in on yours and I fixed all the fonts. So if it looks a little different, that's why. But I didn't change any of the words. I just changed the fonts.
On some of the pages, yeah, I had more information, so I didn't make them smaller or bigger. I just left them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's your calendar.
Yeah. All right.
And then there's something. What else? I don't remember when she talks about it, but at some point in the program, she talks about how you can do 4 Facebook Lives at one time.
Yeah, I don't think I've looked at that one. That's a different.
That's further on in the program, right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
that has to do with posting on Facebook.
Okay,
So
then we won't worry about that right now.
I can do that one, but I just have to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been through her stuff so much, but I don't remember what it all says. So this all looks really good. If you have multiple social media, reuse your post ideas from one format to another without being boring. Send video links to YouTube. On one of these, and it's probably later on, it talks about using like different tools to like post your stuff. I think it's later on.
Yeah, I think it's in her other.
Shaggy.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's look at her program really quick and let's see what we need to do next for Sharon to work on. Okay, so we've got too much to do. Organized. Grow your business, growing your group. Foundation traffic, we're going to start getting into here. So Sharon, if you can start working on foundation traffic I think this is an area you're going to really thrive in because this is like stuff that you like to research and study and do. If I remember right, is it true?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Okay.
So I'll look at it.
Why don't you do this, Sharon? I want you to go through and just go through all of these, and then I want you to pick 2 of them that you want to do.
Okay.
But go through them first and find which ones you like the best that you feel like you really connect with and you can use your strengths.
Okay.
And then just let me know what they are. And I wonder if I should do that with all of this stuff. Like, that might be the best way because Jackie was like, I didn't know that's what this was and now I'm realizing this isn't one of my strengths, doing this PowerPoint. So I think it would be a good idea for Reagan, as soon as you're done with your PowerPoints, if you can go through and watch, Sharon, tell us which ones you've picked by then, so she doesn't need to watch the ones that you're doing. Then Reagan, you look at the ones. I'll have you and Jackie look at these 2 and have you pick 1 or 2 of them that you want to do from this group.
Okay.
And do it according to which one you like the best. And these are not long videos. They are 15 minutes. You could probably listen to these. This one's a longer one. Foundation Traffic's 40 minutes. This one's 20 minutes. This is an interview, so we can talk about this. Discovery call. You know what? I'll do the discovery calls because I do those all the time. And that's one that I can talk on real easily. Get ready, setting up your calendar. This is like a tutorial on how to use Schedule Once.
Yeah.
So go through and find 2 of them that you like, Sharon. And then Reagan, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 4 of us. So I think if we all do 2. So you go through and look for 2. I'll look for 2. I'll take discovery call right now because I just know how to do, like I do those all the time. And if you want, I can do setting up your calendar because I currently use Schedule Once. And since I use it and it's a tutorial on how to use it, it'd probably be best if I do that since I actually use it.
Okay.
Are you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do discovery call and setting up your calendar. And then you guys go through and pick out what you want. Just text on our text group, like if you picked which one, to let everybody know.
Okay.
Okay, I just had to write that down. Okay, so let's make our goal to have Reagan and Jackie, if you guys can work on having your webinars done, what's the time frame that you feel is realistic without stressing you out but keeps you moving forward? When do you think you can have your PowerPoints done by for me to review and go in and edit the graphic stuff?
Do you want me to just say Wednesday? And if I'm falling behind, let you know?
Yes. Wednesday is perfect. And then I'm going to go in and edit the ones I already did, and I'll have them ready to go. I'll edit the videos that I already recorded and have those ready to go and see if any of them need to be redone because like I did something wrong on them or I can't correct it very good. And then Sharon, if you can get your videos recorded, what time frame do you need to get yours recorded?
I don't know. I will have to do that when there's nobody else here.
Okay.
No.
You want to make a goal of just having it done by next Saturday?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. And then just start working on your PowerPoint, your other PowerPoints as soon as you can. So picking which 2 you want.
Okay.
Hey, cool. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm so blessed to have such amazing friends and business partners and talented individuals. You guys are great. And this is going to be so awesome. We are seriously building something here that it is going to crank out business builders. and people are going to be able to move forward confidently, and your guys' groups are going to grow. They really will. I know it's going to take us a little bit of time to get this in place, but once we have it in place, it is going to be a turnkey system, and we are going to have amazing like businesses just exploding. Do you guys like feel and sense that? How do you feel about all of this?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of stuff's coming into place, and we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
As far as feeling that, alignment type thing.
Yeah. How do you feel, Sharon?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Reagan. I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you done? Okay. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
Good. And Sharon, I want to help you still get your niche more narrowed in. And just if it helps you feel any better, like I seriously have been working on figuring out my niche for like 4 months. And I just barely, like the last, 2-3 weeks ago, like I figured it out the end of May, but I'm still trying to like get it to like flow. And it's only been like the last couple weeks that I've actually been in doing it and putting it out in my group, my niche group, and that it's really starting to come together. So I don't want you to feel bad or feel like you're like, I'm still trying to figure this out. Sometimes it just takes time to figure it out, but that's good because once you've got it, and like I can help you. Is there any, like, how can I help you in working on your niche?
Well, I looked at the 3 categories that you had someplace, and it's gonna cross lines no matter what. So it's probably gonna be more home and family oriented, but it's gonna grab things like meal planning or healthy meals or other stuff. It's it's part of what families do. So.
Don't worry about that. I was in the same position because I was like, I've got art, I've got like, the heart stuff that I'm learning like with energy and emotions and feelings, and then I've got essential oils education. And I really struggled for a long time because I was like, I feel like they're 3 totally different things that are their own thing on their own, and here I'm trying to force them to work together. But I found a way that I can do that, and I had to just get out of my head. It's kind of like when I was illustrating a children's book for the first time when I was 18, and I remember I really struggled. Like I was like, well, how am I going to make the character look exactly the same every time? Because every time I draw something, it doesn't look the same. And then all of a sudden, it was like God gave me this answer and said, well, look in the mirror, turn your head each way. You don't look the same from every angle. It's every angle that makes you up.
Yeah.
It's every look. Every look is different. Nobody looks the same from every different angle. Even if you do a straight on one day and later on you do a straight on again, you look different. It's you as a whole. And that's what you have to look at this as, Sharon, is you have to look at these areas that you feel like are kind of crossing over each other. It's your niche as a whole. Your niche is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So if it's family and it involves that, it involves that. What's that?
It's something clever, and I wrote it down, but it's in the other room, so I'll text it to you.
Okay. That sounds good. So just don't worry about that. And I totally get what you're saying because I was fighting the same thing in my head. Like I couldn't move past that part. And we can tie it all together. So don't worry about it. If I can figure out a way to tie art into oils, which I think are 2 totally like random things that you tie together. If I can figure that out, we can figure out how to tie your stuff all together that's authentic to you. Okay, cool. Anything else today, guys? That's all I've got. You guys are
Let the dogs out in.
Okay, so I think the only thing we need to do different this next week versus last time is let's be in contact more, Reagan.
Okay.
and Jackie and Sharon on what we're working on. If you guys can let me know, because I realized that I went through some of this stuff and I was like, oh shoot, like I probably should have recognized or noticed this earlier so I could, clarify or whatever. So I think instead of us waiting until the end of the week to like talk about what we're working on, let's talk about it throughout the week so that we can make sure that we're on track, and then you don't waste a lot of time doing something that you probably didn't have to do or that we have to go back and fix or whatever. Because I want it to be really smooth for you guys. So let's just communicate a little bit more about what we're working on. And I think that will help with that and will make things move along faster.
Yeah. And then too, I know I had said something to you about it. I wrote out her whole transcript of exactly how she teaches her team to present a class using only 7 items.
Oh yeah. Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna type it up. It took me one whole night to record, like to write it out, and then I printed out. But I want to send y'all a copy of all this. What she says back to people, like she'll do like it's different recordings of her transcript of what she says back to people.
This is Teresa
Like,
Harding, right?
Right. I got it right here. I'm trying to pull that out. I mean, it's a huge stack. Like I've been downloading every day, all her stuff. And I've downloaded this script. It's example scripts for inviting. You could do a class or a one-on-one. And there's 10 different scripts. Like it's tons of this information. The follow-up call to see how they receive, to see if they received their first order and if they haven't. So that's a fast track. Enroll 3 customers on LRP, and there's like videos. Then also she's got this is another transcript that I printed out on the how to close a class.
Yeah.
And make sure, and then have a 95% conversion rate.
Awesome. Yeah, send that to us all. Do you want to send it in a messenger group together, like with the 4 of us? Would messenger be the easiest way to send all of that stuff, or do you need emails?
Email.
It might be better to do email because some of these are pretty big files.
Okay, do email then. Do you have everybody's email?
No, I don't think I do.
I'm going to put a group. I'm going to do an email really quick. All of us in it.
But it really takes and she says never, and something I never thought about. She said never use a diffuser during a class.
Really? Why?
She said because you want anybody that's in there to not think they've got to have so many things to actually teach a class and make them realize that anybody can do this. The more stuff you have out while people come over, the more it's going to stress them that they can't do it because they can't afford all the items.
That's a really good point.
And then 2, if there's something going on in the diffuser that's bothering them, or is something that they're struggling with, like an emotional thing,
they won't like
reaction
the smell of
to,
it, and they won't.
Right. It turns them off from the oils. So it's always best, she said, and if you're walking in with only 7 items, then anybody in that group is going to sit there and go, I can do this.
That's a really good point. That's why I stopped doing PowerPoints for my class presentations, live presentations, and why I'm starting to use just like the handout, and then I'll put the handout on the screen, and I'll just, if I do like a webinar, I'll actually just zoom in on the handout because it's more duplicatable, and people don't, because I had people tell me, we used to do PowerPoints all the time, and I had 3 or 4 people come up to me like 2 or 3 years later. Actually, Carmen Bradshaw was one of them, Sharon, that you know. And she told me the reason why she never started teaching classes is because she was intimidated by the PowerPoints and she couldn't do that. And so she felt because she couldn't do PowerPoints, she could never teach a class.
Yeah, and for me, it made it a whole lot easier because I stressed so bad. Like, am I going to have everything I need for a class? Like, that's one of my little things that are for me about the whole class thing. And knowing that I can just go somewhere and just take 7 things and I can teach a whole class is like phenomenal for me.
I think that's a great idea. That's awesome.
What
We
if,
need to put that in this course somewhere. What was that, right, Sharon?
what if somebody wants a sample of something?
You bring that with you. That's one of your 7 things.
Okay, so you have to know
You
ahead.
only sample the cheap oils, she said. You'd never give anything like frankincense, like the real nice oils. She said, but you're going to pretty much know what people need because you're going to have some. That's where the process, and that's where we need to add this to the class, also, our training. And she said that, you know, when you're doing follow-up, you've got to have so many contacts with a person before they're ready to start oils. And she said, if you do all the communication properly, by the time that they come to your class, you've already had 5 encounters with each person. So they're going to be ready to actually order.
That's awesome. I love that. You need to do a whole, you need to do a training on presenting this. And we need to put this in this because, I mean, and do it so that whether it's a live class or whether they're doing it as a webinar, you know what I mean?
Right. And another thing, she said, don't bring out any books until the class is over because it's distracting and then it overwhelms people.
Yeah, they sit and they look through the books and not pay any attention. I've noticed that too.
They'll do that with the handout as well, though.
Yeah, they do. I've noticed that as well. So what did she say about handouts?
She only uses the Natural Solution handout.
Now it has like all the items in it and their prices and the kits and everything too. And I noticed that people will look back at that in the beginning of the class as well. Did she say anything about that being a negative?
She's not giving anybody anything until the very end.
Oh, she gives them the handout at the very end?
Right, because she brings that out in the builders part.
Okay.
And she says never give out food, serve food or anything until the end. And then what you do, and I have all that wrote out, is if you want to stay and try some delicious food that I have here prepared made with essential oils, and you're more than welcome to. And during that time, we're going to have a quick 5-minute setup as far as if you would like to be a builder or build a sharing business.
That's really cool. Did she say anything about I forgot what I was going to say. Does she go over then enrolling to get the kit? I mean, to get the oils as a wholesale customer, or does she just talk about being a builder?
Yeah, that's part of the closing.
Oh, that's part of the closing? Okay, so she does a closing, and then she says if you want to stick around and learn about being a builder, we'll go over that for 5 minutes while you're eating your stuff.
Right. And then I've got even the recipes of what she has people use.
That's awesome. That's very cool. I love that.
But this week, every day is a different thing. The first day was how to teach the class. The second day was how to close the class, how to every day was a different part.
That's very cool.
So
I like that. Cool.
So I'm gonna, now that I can do the little app thing, on one of those apps it shows where you can be listening something and you can have it dictated. So that would have saved me lots of time.
Oh my gosh. So you can have all of Teresa's stuff dictated while you play it. That's awesome. It's a great idea. Okay. Sweet. Well, I feel like we got a lot done today. And I know we wanted to have our recording starting or done by now, but you know what? We're going to figure out what works. And I think this just beginning part, as soon as we get used to this, we're going to actually fly through the rest of this. We'll be popping those puppies out pretty fast once we figure out our system here. So, and how it works for each of us in getting it together.
And once you know what the images are going to look like and you can put those out there, as we're going through the PowerPoint, we could just pop them in PowerPoint.
Well, Yeah. And are you talking about images that I'm going to make?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do one image that's just going to represent this whole series that I'm going to put on the side. But if you guys have images that you want to put in, kind of like how Sharon did on one of hers, like she did the s'mores picture and stuff, just put those images in the slide on the page you want, and I will make them look nice on the page.
Okay.
So, okay, I think that's it. Okay, ladies, we'll do the same thing again next Saturday, same time, and then just stay connected like we've been doing, and let each other know how it's going with like any tools that we find, like the recording app or anything like that, and then let us know which things that you're choosing that you want to do for the next session. So, okay, have a great day. Bye.
Bye, y'all.